This fucking stupid ass tripod, man, I swear to God. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, who is the best player in the 2026 NFL draft? Is it Arvell Reese? Is it Ruben Bain? Is it David Bailey? Is it Sonny Styles? Is it Fernando Mendoza? I don't think it's any of those guys. I think it's Makai Lemon out of USC, and I'm going to go over why. Now, everybody knows the name Makai Lemon. He's the Blitnikoff Award winner this past year. He spent 3 seasons at USC, was initially committed to Oklahoma following Lincoln Riley when he flipped from Oklahoma to USC. Was an early contributor for USC. He played as a true freshman. He even played some corner as a true freshman. I don't think USC knew exactly where they wanted him to play quite yet, or maybe they just wanted to see him on the field in every possible look. Either way, he was a guy who played as a true freshman. Didn't do anything too crazy. I got to take a look at my notes here. His true freshman season, he racked up 6 receptions for 88 yards with 1 tackle. He played in 9 games. Didn't really do all that much his true freshman season, which I know is a metric a lot of draft guys like to use, early production. And I think that's fair. You want to knock him for the lack of early production. I think that's totally fine, I suppose. Going into his sophomore season, though, he played in 12 games. He made 6 starts in those 12 games. He was able to accumulate 52 receptions for 764 yards and 3 touchdowns. So a pretty modest sophomore season. It's nothing crazy, but hey, he played in 6 games, or he started in 6 games, played in 12 games. So using that knowledge, hey, he only started in 6 games. That's a good season. That's a good sophomore season for a guy like Makai Lemon. Moving on to his junior year, everybody kind of knows what he did his junior year. 2025, he was the Blitnikoff Award winner. Just an incredible season for Makai Lemon. He had a 3.03 yards per route run, one of my favorite metrics to use with wide receivers, and I think it especially fits Makai Lemon because he wins on every single route you can possibly think of. Where he succeeds on the football field specifically is the medium to long range of the field. We're talking 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. That's where he truly excels at. He has a 91.25% win rate on deep routes. He has an 90.41% win rate on medium routes. And not to take away from the fact that he is incredible underneath as well. What he does really well that I don't think anybody in that kind of top echelon of wide receivers does really well, unless you want to lump Casey Concepcion in there, is he catches the ball and he has a quick twitch upfield. He gets upfield immediately. Sense of urgency. How many yards after catch am I able to rack up as quickly as possible? How quickly can I navigate this defense to get upfield? Really good at that. Now, he had 1,460 all-purpose yards his junior year. He was the Blitnikoff Award winner. He was the best wide receiver in college football. I don't think there was a debate. I think the award went to the rightful best wide receiver in college football, and I think it matches with him being not only the best wide receiver in the draft, I think he's the best player in the draft in general. So what does he do well? Well, I mentioned it earlier. He has lightning quick acceleration from the line of scrimmage. Now, his release package needs work. I don't think he uses his hands enough on the release package. Sometimes he's a little bit slow developing out of the release. But he almost negates that entirely by how quickly he can get upfield, how quickly he runs his routes. He has a leg drive that is the best in the class, by far. I don't think Jordan Tyson comes close. I know Carnell Tate doesn't come close. I don't even really think any of the tertiary day 2 wide receivers come close. Now, I was having a hard time finding a word for how to describe Makai Lemon as a route runner. I came up with he's a craftsman. He's a craftsman as a route runner. He is so nuanced and so smart. He's so technically sound when running these routes. And it doesn't really matter what route it is. Sure, there's other routes that he excels on more than others. I think deep overs, I think out routes he excels on. I think those are kind of the 2 routes, at least, that I saw on film that I was like, okay, that looks different. That looks incredible. While running these routes, while maintaining these routes, his ability to control and adjust his tempo, his speed in which he runs these routes, his ability to start and stop on the stem, he knows exactly, all right, I'm breaking this route off at 12 yards. I know exactly what to do when I'm running up to that 12-yard mark to deceive the defender. Say I'm running a 12-yard in, right? He has excellent shoulder and eye manipulation. He has really good hip movement. really good hip fluidity. He has great footwork on these routes. Super technically sound wide receiver. And when you pair a wide receiver who's as smart and as technically sound as Makai Lemon, you pair that with the just game-breaking speed and quick twitch athleticism that he has, I seriously think we're staring at like one of the better receivers in all of football. I don't know exactly what I'm missing with him in my profile. Next bullet point I have, I just mentioned it, the change of direction and the quick twitch acceleration. Man, I'm not saying you should spam him on wide receiver screens all game, but if you did that, I still think he would be a positive wide receiver. If that's all you let him do, if you threw him 10 wide receiver screens a game, I still think he'd be a phenomenal Pro Bowl level receiver. I seriously do. He's that dynamic with the ball in his hands. It's honestly just like a beauty to watch. It's awesome. You might be thinking, Lando, okay, he has all this speed, he has all this technical savviness, he's so nuanced, he's so smart. What does he look like at the catch point? He is 5'11", 195, he's a smaller guy. Is he weak at the catch point? No, he's not weak at the catch point. He's not weak at the catch point. He knows exactly how to pluck the ball out of the air. He knows how to kind of skinny his body when he needs to make catches around defenders. He understands where the defender's leverage is moving, so he can adjust his body weight and make a catch on the move when it's in a contested situation. There's a couple of clips on tape. I'm sure as you're watching them, as I talk about him, you'll see just the body control and the ability to contort mid-air when the ball, when he doesn't have, 3 to 4 yards of separation, is something that encourages me in the NFL, because it tells me, hey, he doesn't have to be wide, naked ass open for him to get the ball. If the quarterback trusts Makai Lemon to run his route on time at the location that it needs to be ran, the ball will get to him and he will catch it and he will make magic happen. I don't even know how else to describe him. He's a magical prospect. He's a magical wide receiver prospect. Now, watching some of his freshman tape, I did put that he was a valuable special teams contributor. Had pretty good vision for a special teams contributor. Look, if you're drafting him with a top, I think he should go, top 5. But if you're drafting him with a top 15 pick, you're not playing him on special teams. Sorry, you're just not. So that, you can kind of throw that little bullet point out the window. But as I was watching his tape, he plays really, really hard on special teams. And that's something that I like to see from a true freshman, because that's really the only time he played special teams. Playing hard. He has the want, he has the drive, he has the ambition to just kill people on the football field. And not in the, I'm going to hit somebody as hard as I possibly can. It's, I'm going to do my assignment to the absolute best of my abilities any given chance I can. That's what Makai Lemon lives by. At least that's what I see when I watch him. What can he get better at? All right, there's definitely some real, flaws to his game. Look, if we were talking about Makai Lemon as a 6'1", 6'2" wide receiver, he would go number 1 in the draft. I mean, he just would. The Raiders would take him over Mendoza. They wouldn't think twice. He's not, though. He's 5'11", 195. Why I don't think that's a huge concern to me is because on his tape, the size does not show up negatively at all. At all. Like I mentioned with the contested catches, it just doesn't really show up. Like, he doesn't appear to get bullied he doesn't appear to get bullied at the line of scrimmage. He doesn't get really bullied in the blocking game. And, obviously you're not going to want to put him in line or anything, but if he's in the run fit, it's not the worst thing in the world. He has decent pad level when blocking these corners, when digging out a safety, when he's put in these situations, he's put together some good film. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I feel like you could say that with every wide receiver. They got to get better blocking. They got to be better blockers. You could say that with basically every receiver in this draft. I think a guy like Jordan Tyson, for example, has a much better frame to be able to block wide receivers than Makai Lemon, and he just doesn't do it at the level that I think he should be doing it at. Makai Lemon, for his size, is doing everything he possibly can, and it shows up. It shows up. Now, I will say this. There is a little bit on his tape where, or I shouldn't say a little bit. On his tape, there are a lot of situations where USC is getting him off free releases, so he doesn't really have to deal with press that much, press man coverage. Lincoln Riley's a smart offensive play caller. He understands what Makai Lemon excels at. Is he going to be the guy that, hey, Patrick Surtain is lined up on him, man-to-man coverage, go beat him? No. He's going to lose that matchup, as most receivers are. What he excels at is when you get him that free release, when you get him in motion through the backfield and it's zone coverage and he can just eat up soft spots in the zone. And that's something I forgot to mention in my strengths. I'm going to bring it up now. Excellent zone coverage navigator, one of the best I've ever seen. One of the best I've ever seen. And it's not just stopping in a spot. It's understanding where these defenses, what their assignments are. What cloud of zone coverage is this linebacker supposed to be playing? Say it's cover 3. He understands where the safeties are going to be, where they're going to be hedging. He understands where the corners are going to be hedging. He understands where space is about to open up at as opposed to where space is already opened up at. Extremely valuable trait in a wide receiver. In my opinion, the most valuable trait in a wide receiver is understanding how to win against zone coverage. And not just standing in a spot, catching the ball. Understanding why this spot is open. What are they trying to get rid of? Where are they shading? Who's like the primary target of this zone coverage, right? Makai Lemon's just a magician at that. He's just so smart. He's just so smart. And I think you see it a lot with Lincoln Riley skill position players, and you'll see it more and more in the future as these guys continue to get into the league. Lincoln Riley's still a young play caller, a young innovator. He's just learned so much, and he's grown so much from his true freshman year to this point right now. It's hard for me to even put a ceiling on this guy. And, like, I get it. He's small. I just don't. I'm going to be real. I don't give a shit. He's awesome. He's awesome. I don't have much more to say about Makai Lemon. He's the best player in this draft, in my opinion. And for me, I don't think it's particularly close, in my opinion. I'm going to have him graded out higher than anybody else by a solid point or two. That almost never happens. There's not a lot of first-round grades in this draft, and I'm not alone in that. If you asked an NFL general manager, how many first-round grades do you have in this draft, they're going to give you an answer from, it could be 6 first-round grades, it could be like 12 first-round grades. That's it. That's the range. And I think Makai Lemon is as blue chip, as generational as they come.